Hello. There we go. All right. Day early. Hopefully, plenty of dollars full. Shit. This here is Gloomwood. It's the new Blood game. It's titled, given name Thief with Guns. So we are gonna give it a try. I've been looking forward for this game for a couple of years now. Uh, Morgan hasn't checked her DMs yet. She's seen that it's out yet. This dropped 15 minutes ago. So let's fucking go. Crescent. Crescent is on. Okay. Let's go.
Prepare a carriage. They want us to bring him to the city gates.
Blue, Jeff. Okay. Your way out of here.
Ah, good doctor. What an unfortunate predicament you found yourself in. Kidnapped and brought here, of all places.
Let's turn subtitles on. Okay.
Well, if you listen to me, you may yet survive this night. Here, this ring should help you stay out of the light. You have many enemies here. The darkness will shroud you from them. I'm off. Can't
Apple.
stay here. Look for the old lighthouse on the coast. I've left instructions there.
Ah.
Good
Okay.
luck, Doctor. There's more to this city than you can possibly imagine.
stay out of the light. So surfaces do matter.
Hey, Doc. They put your fancy sword and things in the room back there. They might still be there if the rats haven't gotten to it. Worse every day.
Well, a few of the lift buttons aren't working right, so I've taken them to my workshop down the room and journal. Oh, that's nice. All out. Keep tripping myself up. Inventory. Hobbs lost the crank to the generator. Instead of spine yoking, I took it off him. Tried to wrestle it from its jaws. Look at teeth as long as your fingers. Sure, either it's coming out of his bay. I sent a request in the Middlesmith Market Plaza for so we're in shut hour.
What is it this time?
This fish is clearly rotten.
You're lucky I feed you at all. The other guards would sooner dump.
Good luck, Doc. You're gonna need it.
Can block using sneak. to get to the workshop. Hour. Color me list. Oh, I must have taken it. That was that little butt. My inventory. There we go.
Do my eyes deceive me? Appears to have been nothing. Who made that noise just now? Come on out.
Sickly, found wandering the streets alone since ransom demand to address found him first, no reply, dumped corpse and fit. Young woman found hiding in soot work, starved to gain information about surviving relatives, sent home, ransom was paid, and belligerent to cooperate, fed to hounds. All outsiders showed showed signs of after capture disposed of in the sea. Man, outsiders suspicious Clyde requests he be transported. turn. Sneak up.
The hounds seem anxious tonight.
It's the outsider. They don't like his stench.
And climbing. That doesn't have stuff I. Consider this my last will. Confession. I did everything she asked of me. She wanted a seat at the mercantile, so I did. When she wanted some unsavory food discarded quietly, I provided. Now all hell is broken loose, and I have local, I have yokel mercenaries besieging the factory floor. I only have line workers and sailors, not soldiers. I haven't even fired the damn revolver in my safe. By end of the bargain, of empty houses, I was blind. I'll curse you, Sylvia. Let's run town. Take you town. That's where this goes. Alright. I got some money.
What's that noise?
Appears to have been nothing. What was that?
Mind? Why is there a mind stat? Ah. Oh well. Well, we know where all the hidden shit is now. Oh. Ah, okay. But there's shmoney then. If I remember going up that thing, I saw a guard over. There's a guard.
Do I spy something? Appears to have been. Do I spy something? Appears to have been nothing.
Turn his back.
Do my eyes deceive me? Appears to have been nothing.
Nothing. Oh, that's broke. I can throw that. Hey, you funk. How are you? This is Gloomwood, the new Blood game. We're playing Thief, sneaking around. We're getting out of this fishery that we're trapped in. Hell yeah. Hey, hit this barrel. Hit that barrel again. Oh, god damn it. Ah, that's not good. Yeah, this is probably pretty good stealth game. The demo came out a few years ago.
Do my eyes deceive me?
Do my eyes deceive me?
Appears to have been nothing.
They getting tricky on this. Are you not gonna investigate the giant fucking... Fine, whatever. I will go off on my own. Book this jack shit.
Do my eyes deceive me?
Appears to have been. I don't think so either. A little spooky. Oh, hold on. I forgot to do something. Let's go flip some laundry, so I'm just gonna throw on the idle screen real quick so I can do it. I'm doing my bed sheet, so it takes fucking... I'll be back in a minute. All right, back to it. I had I went down, got the timing off on my laundry. Say okay. All right, let's get back to it. What was that? Oh, I can swim. Didn't know that. Okay, let's save up because we made a little bit of progress. Oh, I can get in through up there, it seems. Alright, let's go.
What's that?
What was that noise?
Seems quiet.
It's British.
I will chop you up.
One of our brothers. Oh, Gianni.
Do I spy something?
No, you don't. I need those bullets, please. Ah, eye? Something on my eye? Fucking right. We're Gucci. I should have audio. Yeah, got audio.
I spy something that appears to have been nothing. My eyes deceive me. Appears to have been nothing.
Tablet. I hate how it does that, even though even when you designate like a primary audio device. Like every time I plug it, I have a big TV behind me that I used to use, and well, it is a TV, so I can route stuff through. It was just it always would go through there, even though I have my headset as my main. So, you come from?
My eyes deceive me.
Police. Computers are weird. Alright, I'll think about it. I don't know how long this stream is gonna go, so I might just hop in. Let's do that. Hello?
So, dude.
How you been?
You know, enjoying my Labor Day and bit of panic, you know what I mean?
Yeah, how'd that apartment stuff pan out?
Well, they left me an application to do for a new lease, which is good because that's just background check and credit check. And I know my credit's excellent. I know my background's clean because I ain't had a traffic ticket in about 6 years, 7 years now. So
Oh, okay.
I ought to be good with that. The house stuff is moving. Wednesday, I go to pay them a deposit for the house. And then after that, we just got to find some place to put it. And once they find some place to put it, I'm pretty set.
Good. Glad that that's all sorted through then, for the
Yeah, they
most
were
part.
talking about. Sorry, I'm changing the lights. Uh, I always turn on my blue lights while I'm in here, so that way it helps me stay awake. Um, Something bad about getting comfortable doing this shit, and I'll start to doze off. But no, I'm just waiting for them to find a place to put it, and that's about it, honestly. Like once they get that going, I have somewhere I like because they showed me a couple places and they're all right. Like I like them, but I don't want to just jump on the first one coming down the line. So I was like, "Hey, what else have we got? Well, what else can I see?" And they're supposed to hook me up with a couple of those to check out, and hopefully something a little more in the area where I am now, because I like this area.
Yeah.
But I'm also trying to get away from the water a little bit because, hurricane season, it kind of sucks living this close to the water because it's like, oh, what am I going to lose this time?
Yeah, and you have to worry about all the extra insurance you need and everything.
Yup. Andy, what's happening?
Hey,
It's all
Andy.
good. Does my voice sound all right?
Yeah, you sound fun.
All right, good. I
This
blew
will
it.
go live here in just a minute. In fact, false like I'm gonna deafen, then we'll play my intro, and we'll go from there.
I got a funny little story. Actually, nothing crazy happened. Just a recount. My sister took me out yesterday, out on the town.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh yeah.
Here, I'll do what I do on my normal server. I'll give you a mirror.
What are you playing?
I'm playing the new game Gloomwood. It came out like an hour ago. You ever play Thief?
I was about to say, this looks like Thief.
It's a spiritual successor to Thief by New Blood.
That's good. Get him. Oh no. This Qatari's got you.
We're just throwing our body against him.
You gotta use the cloak and dagger. Maybe the minigun.
Maybe. I've been playing Fallout 4 a lot recently, and I've played enough of Fallout 4 where I just hop in and I'm like, fuck it, we're just cheating. Right? I'm gonna play fair, but like, how come I can't get like a million bullets out of this big raider camp that's holed up in a factory? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Why'd you put the glass on the table?
Be polite. Oh wait,
What the
you pick it
fuck?
up. We pick it up. Ooh, ooh, we could be sneaky this time.
Sneaky beaky.
They do deceive.
If you had that cup, you could have thrown. Oh right, yeah. Use the snake oil. Distract him with the snake oil.
Fish brew.
I don't think that your Skitari friend down there heard the fish brew.
No.
Do you play 40k? Do you know what a Skitari is?
I know what a Scutari is. It's
Okay.
the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yeah, he's the
They run
third,
around.
So
Where the fuck did he go?
boot camp. You lost your bottle. Fish
God
oil.
damn it, not again. I keep losing it.
Some bottles of help. I keep losing bottles of fish oil.
He's lost all the fish oil, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard, as we're back and live once again on a Monday night, because
Wow.
why not?
Labor Day, baby. Woo!
Labor Day. I've done nothing. I was going to wash clothes, and then I found like an extra pair of shorts and shirt I forgot I tucked away the other day when it was raining, and I was like, I don't have to wash clothes till tomorrow now.
Thank you for reminding me. I have to wash clothes actually tonight. I'm going to step away and do that in a moment.
I was going to do it like today. It was like, oh, it's going to be rainy and cool today. Then I walked outside, and I was like, why is it 93 at 8 a.m.? It's like, why? Why have you forsaken me?
See, you chose to live that close to the equator.
I did not. I was spawned down here. What's up, Sokka? Glad to see you over there, dude. Now, I was spawned down here, and I don't hate living in Mississippi. I do in a way, because it's like everything kind of sucks and everything's stupid. But at the same time, it's like where I live is generally pretty nice and people are pretty cool. Which is kind of like when I first found out about, having to move and everything, I got into a real hardcore depression there for a little bit. I had not for a while, and I was kind of worried about myself. But basically, like, I was afraid I was going to be leaving this this new, I guess this is community I'd kind of gotten into down here, And I was like, I don't want to leave. I like it down here. And so it was just kind of like, what do I do now? But now I've kind of realized, like, wait, I'm not moving back home. I'm going to be down here. I'm just, got to be down here from another location.
Yeah.
So, that'll be fun. As I go through here and mark people for our new fight night stuff. So you got Menthol, Font, Andy's up here. This is going to be Santa. I think that'll work. Yeah, so how are you guys this evening?
I put about 10 hours into an Imric campaign because you can finally play as him and not immediately get bodied by rats. So that's been my Labor Day.
There you go. I have done almost nothing. I put around on Valheim a little bit because for some reason I wanted to play, and then I was like, I will do something creative, and then I spent 2.5 hours painting one squig.
Oh no.
Squig looks nice.
Thank you. I was having a hard time with trying to get blending done right on him.
He's
Also,
looking-
Oz, did they get you?
Not yet. I'm gonna take his key. He's like the last guy in this building. He was the last guy in this building.
Rest in peace.
Rest in piss, fucker.
So what is this game?
So I'm kidnapped, right? I got kidnapped. I'm heading to a town called Gloomwood. I'm
Is
a
that what the game's
doctor.
called?
Yep.
Yep.
And I'm a doctor, and I gotta figure out why this mysterious plague is going through the town. And I got kidnapped because somebody took interest in me.
Oh, okay.
He's John Gloomwood, here to save all the
John.
Gloomwood.
John Gloomwood, MD.
John Gloomwood, MD, here to save the day.
Yeah, my Labor Day weekend has been rearranging my computer setup. Saturday, well, a couple of weeks ago, my friend said, "Hey, do you want a new mic?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll take a new mic." I paid him for it, got it, picked it up last night. No, picked it up Saturday, and he was like, "Hey, I have a a long monitor for sale, an ultra wide for sale." And it's not like anything special. It's a Dell. It's not for gaming.
Yeah.
But so I got it and I set it up, and I had 4 monitors hooked up to my computer, which was pretty sweet. However, I charitably would call the setup orc core because all the one monitor was on a flimsy plastic crate angled up so that I could see the screen by a bunch of books. Another was on top of a box, which had a cardboard box and a couple of DVD cases underneath it, so it could angle and show me, so I could look at it better. And then I just had the ultra wide with a base, because Dell has standardized stands. So that thing was like leaning against my wall, being held. No, it was leaning up, and I had to put more DVD cases under it to angle it so that I didn't have to like lean forward to read it.
Yeah.
So I figured that out. The next day, I go to bed. I wake up Sunday, and I was just thinking about computer parts, and my buddy had told me that he had one of those computer mounts that are the arms that you just slap the monitors onto.
Yeah.
And he had a 3-arm one. So I was like, okay, hey, I know I was there yesterday. Can I just swing by and pick up the 3-arm monitor thingy? He was like, yeah, sure, come on over. So I went to go pick that up from him. And then after that, I came back, went to go set it up. The screws weren't the right size for the mounting to mount. So I had to go figure out, because the standardized ones are metric, so I didn't have any screws in the house that were metric. So one trip to Lowe's later, and then I went to Best Buy after to see if I could get a boom for my new mic. and if I could get an extension on my mount so that I could put my fourth monitor above my main. And we did my favorite game from Best Buy. Walk into Best Buy, ask the employees, "Do you have this, or that?" And they all say no. And then while I'm walking around in the store, I'm ordering them off of Amazon. That is
You know,
peak. That is peak Best Buy experience. And
That
guess
is the
what?
best.
Best Buy always fucking overcharges their shit. You can get much better deals on Amazon for the same thing.
mm-hmm.
So,
Dude,
oh,
like,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
So I got the mic. I tried to get it in for today because Amazon's Amazon. They're open all the time. But that I wasn't gonna stream until tomorrow when I had the full setup done. But Gloomwood came out tonight, and I've been waiting like 2.5 years for this. So
No, that's valid.
hopefully tomorrow when I stream, it'll be on the new mic, and I got to figure that out.
Is it a XLR USB?
It's a USB.
Okay. Yeah, getting into XLR for your microphones and your sounds, that's like $100 gateway or
Yeah.
gatekeeping right there. You got to get yourself a proper sound mixer.
It's like
I
it's a
remember 'cause, like, I
HyperX
tried it.
model.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
Awesome.
done talking.
Awesome.
No, sorry.
Have I ever told you my story about meeting the world champion of sound?
No. What?
All right. So, when I was in college for film for a couple years, and I was at Montclair State University, and I was part of their film forum crew. Film forum is where they would bring in people from the industry, which was a pretty sizable population. It was, because you're 10 miles or less from New York City. So you got a lot of people from the New York film industry coming in. A couple big names like the cinematographer of Breaking Bad. He was also director of Game of Thrones. We had the chick who did the 2008 Punisher movie, the director of that. Good stuff, good people. And my job was, during the interview portion of the segment, I would do the soundboard mixing. I would make sure all the levels were good, everyone sounded pleasant. I set up all the XLR cables and the microphones and all that. I had to make sure we took inventory for everything. It's like no one stole a fucking wire or whatever. Anyway, so one day we get a guest in, a guy named Skip Livesey. And Skip Livesey, his claim to fame was that he had done the sound design for Gravity. Have you seen Gravity?
Yes, a while ago.
That movie has very good sound, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people thought the movie had good sound. They thought it had such good sound that Skip deserved an award, an Academy Award. 2 weeks before he was set to arrive at 2 weeks before he was set to arrive at Film Forum at Montclair State University. So I'm there before the show, twisting my knobs and pushing my dials and all that nonsense, and I hear footsteps coming down the hall, and I'm like, that's weird. No one's supposed to be in here right now. And I look up, and there he is. Skip Livesey coming in from downtown, and this guy's like fucking huge. He's got crazy hair, a big thick gray mustache, all right, big pink face, rosy cheeks, and all the whole 9 yards. Real film boy. And I'm just still working. I'm like, be cool, be cool. He's just the VIP, be cool. I stop being cool because he stands next to me and starts watching me,
Oh no.
just staring at me.
No.
And you just wait for that moment where he's gonna be like, "Get out of my way! You're fucking up sound!" And then he just like throws him out of the booth.
You're messing with the acoustics. Get out of here.
Jesus Christ, how horrible! And just throws him out.
So I go to myself. I go to myself. Andy, you gotta say something. Andy, you gotta say something. So I look up at him and I go, "May I help you, sir?" And he goes, "Oh no, just watching the process." And I go back to my knobs and my dials, and I'm like, "Fuck," because I got one last question in my head, and you gotta ask this question. You gotta ask the question to this kind of person. I look at him dead in the eye, and I ask him, "So how heavy is it?" And he goes, sideways glance, "Oh, it's heavy." "Really?" And he talks about the experience, he said he wasn't too into it because of all the pomp and circumstance of the Academy Awards. He's like, yeah, it's whatever. But the award itself is grossly heavy. It's like really heavy. Like, if you watch the awards and you see, like, them give out Best Supporting Actress, like, the young girls, and they're falling over, that's not a bit. That thing's solid gold. It's really fucking heavy. Nah, but he was one of the best guests we had. We had a writer. Compare that with the guy who came by. He was a writer for Futurama and The Simpsons. He was a fucking prick. I hated him. He was very full of himself.
You're into some people like that. Like that's something I never understood. And he's usually like I know Futurama and The Simpsons is pretty big time, but like every time I run into somebody who's like an asshole, it's always somebody from like a smaller production, and like the people from the bigger production are like just super nice. And I've always been like, the fuck is up with this?
Skip was a treat. If Skip is a Funkin' Friends friend, hello Skip. I was happy to be a part of your little bit there.
Don't you know he's part of the Double Diamond Platinum?
Double down in
He-
platinum?
They're just
Double Diamond Platinum. It's a running joke we have. We used to do another cast back in the day, fucking around. And it was like we would talk about certain things and be like, "Well, if you want to know more about that, you need to subscribe to our Double Diamond Platinum tier." And it was just made up ass tier that we had for everything. Just be like, you gotta get here. This is where you get the good shit. Double Diamond Platinum.
because it was like back in the day when like getting money for streaming was a myth, like a forlorn dream.
Yeah, because this was like 2012, 2013.
Like Chugga Conroy was the only guy making money off Twitch or something.
Pokemon had just started, being a solid 7 out of 10 and somehow simping all these motherfuckers. I still don't get that. Like, I don't like to make fun of people's looks, but every time I see her and see like her army, I'm like, you're a solid like 6.5, 7 out of 10. You're a pretty lady. Why the fuck are these people losing their mind over you?
It's a girl on the internet. They don't exist. Oh, it's a fucking cryptid. Get down.
Female.
Take a blurry photograph quickly.
What was I was watching the other day where they were trying to turn the "there are no girls on the internet" thing into a like a sexist thing, and I was like, no, literally at the time this was happening, there were not girls on the internet. It was just a bunch of dudes and a couple of us pretending to be girls, and that was about it.
Yeah.
But sorry, I just thought it was kind of silly hearing that because I was like, no, there were no girls on the internet at that time. Don't come here acting like it's always been like this.
Who were some like initial Twitch streamers? I mentioned Chugga Conroy, you mentioned Pokemon, but like who else was like bigger when this thing first started off? Like 11 and 12.
Honestly, I don't know. I wasn't even keeping up with it at that point. Like until like 2, 3 years ago, I never really even had an idea of like, hey, I should be a Twitch streamer, because it was like I made one just to fuck with, do games and stuff. It wasn't like
Yeah.
I do now where I have a schedule and shit. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Not
back in, what, 10 and 12, that was the age of the Minecraft YouTubers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a meme game.
it's like Block Game, the stream.
I think it was primarily your League of Legends boys, and then that gave way to Hearthstone for about a year. Now it's Fortnite and Lord knows what. New meme
I-
game of the week.
I used to stream a lot of like World of Warcraft stuff when I was doing World PvP and stuff because I was on like the most active World PvP server, which was still my favorite shit to do in that game to this day. Just the fact you could go to another city and just start beating the shit out of people in the middle of town was like the greatest thing to me.
WoW streamers. Did you ever watch Kripparrian?
I don't think I did, no.
He is I think he still does Hearthstone. He is a Greek World of Warcraft, former World of Warcraft, former Diablo Twitch streamer. And he's just like funny. He's just a funny kind of guy because he's very quaint, very dry and matter of fact with things.
I didn't like a lot of World of Warcraft streamers because a lot of them were just PvP streamers. And there were a couple because I played a warrior for forever. I liked it. It was cool. You could be a literal wrecking ball on the battlefield. And like I was trying to learn how to play it from some of the better PvP players, and I was doing what they were doing. I was trying. I was like, man, I'm still getting my ass kicked. What am I doing wrong? And then one day I got like in an actual battleground on one of them, and I found out what I was doing wrong. I didn't have 3 healers up my ass the whole fight. So that's where I was fucking up. Is that I was trying to, beat things on my own, and not have my little legion of simps over there following me.
You didn't have the priest posse following you. That was your
The,
problem.
I didn't have the priest posse with the shaman squad in the back or anything
The
like that.
druid dudes.
The druid dudes or the what else is he on the monk musketeer the monketeers,
Tears. The three musketeers.
the three monketeers. Like, it was one of those things, like, it just kind of pissed me off. I met some of those guys though, and some of them were pretty cool. um Asmongold, not a cool dude, I'll go ahead and say
Yeah.
that. He was a dick. I met Swifty, who was like, he actually could do it. He was actually a pretty top tier PvPer, and he'd get out there and like just whoop ass with the best of them. And then like Swifty, and then who was the I can't remember the other one. Like, they all kind of ran together at some point. But basically, he was pretty cool. Asmongold wasn't very cool. In fact, he got mad because we raided his training camp.
What?
So what he did here? Okay, I'm gonna spill the tea on Emerald Dream PvP because there was a lot of shit going on back then. But basically, what it was is all the alliance players on there were fucking cowards, and I would say that with the most confidence. Like, I won't take anything back on that, because I was part of a guild called Warsong Battalion. What Warsong Battalion did is we would just have world PvP events. We would do certain things like go to Ashran and just kick the shit out of everybody. We would go to Stormwind, do For the Horde. We basically also did like a bi-weekly like For the Horde, where it was just like, okay, who needs For the Horde? And then they'd be like, oh, I need it. I got to get it today. And then we would just take our people who hadn't completed the achievement, and we would go to Stormwind. We would make the whole circuit, kick the shit out of everybody, and go home. Well, the Alliance people had a bad habit of waiting till we were leaving, taking pictures of us leaving, and them trying to fight us as we would leave. Because I was always part of the vanguard, which was my favorite part. I'm sitting in the back as a pissed off Tauren warrior, just smacking motherfuckers as they come after me. And sorry, they would take the pictures of us leaving, then they would post them online saying that, well, today Warsong Battalion was defeated and run out of Stormwind. And we were just like, oh, come on. You can't be that kind of motherfucker today. Like, you can't be that motherfucker today. But they were that motherfucker all the time. And they would do that kind of weird shit. And then they would be like, well, hey, we're going to meet you for a big fucking war. And we're like, okay, cool. Now, Warsong Battalion actually had 3 different guilds, because they had the main guild, and you have your main character on there. We had Warsong Battalion, Warsong Brigade, and Warsong, I think, Training Camp. And Battalion was the main one, Brigade was secondary, Training Camp was your other alt for whatever. And you could have however many you wanted in the third one. But the first 2, you had to have your first character, your secondary character, and that way we could try to get everybody through there on their main characters. Well, as we're doing all this, we're having a good time running through all this here. The other guys are like, we're going to meet you for a war. We're going to do this fight. Give us this long and we'll do it. And we would, be sports about it and give them that long. And then they would just never show up. Like, at one point we gave them 6 months to get ready, and they just never got ready. And then, like,
6 months?
they would say that 6 months.
That's way too long.
You need like 1 month. 2 months. You know what? I'll give him 2 months.
One of the guys was like, look, he's like, we need 6 months. He's like, I'm going through some shit. And they're like, all right, well, we're not monsters. So yeah, go through what you got to do. And then, when it's all done, we'll do the fight.
We may be
I'm sorry.
We may be scary orcs and cow people, but no, we're not monsters.
We're not monsters. I mean, we're just scary shit. And then they would never show up to the fight. So we were just like, okay, well, whatever. And then later on, some of like an Ashran and stuff came around, because Warlords of Draenor was a horrible expansion. Like, it was kind of cool because they introduced a couple of neat things, but there was nothing to do in it. Like, the devs got mad because people wanted player housing, so they gave them player housing. And then we're like, you got player housing, so we couldn't make another raid tier. We're like, what about PvP? We couldn't make a raid tier, so we couldn't make PvP. And I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. This is a shit company. But no, there wasn't anything to do, so we made our own shit to do. And then like Swifty showed up, and we would do what was called the baptism, which meant we would take them to a body of water, ambush them, and then have all the Death Knights hold these guys underwater until they drown.
All right.
That
Okay.
was called the baptism.
Good old baptism party.
It was fucking amazing. Because Tev, you'll know for sure which one I'm talking about. This, you know that waterfall outside of Stormwind, like you leave Stormwind, look to the right.
Yep.
I don't know, Andy, if you or Oz played WoW too much.
I played exclusively Horde. So I don't
I
know the
played a
layout of Stormwind.
Worgen for like 10 hours.
They were pretty fun. But we went to that waterfall, and that's where we just got to the bottom, and like the Death Knights would just pull him to the bottom of the pond, and then we would just like stun lock him and shit until he just drowned. And he was like on the stream saying like, "Oh my god, this is the funniest shit ever," and we were cool with him, so we never talked shit about him or anything. We were just like, "Hey man, Swifty's all right with us." But Asmongold showed up, and Asmongold had it in his head that he was going to be Mr. Big Dick Energy, and he was just going to, take over Emerald Dream. He was like, "This is my server. I'm gonna come in here, and despite the fact that I look like somebody just hit random on a fucking NPC generator, and I have no fucking sense of humor, I'm gonna take over." I'm sorry, I don't see the appeal of that motherfucker. Like, but anyway, they got They got there, and they set up somewhere. I want to say it was like Elwyn Forest. They were doing drills and shit, like legit drills. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And what ended up happening was like we found out where they were doing their drills. And we just loaded up a bunch of motherfuckers and rode out there, and we're like, "Surprise, motherfucker!" and just started kicking the shit out of people. And like they have him on stream sitting there going like, "What the fuck just happened?" And we were just like, Warsong Battalion is what happened, baby.
War Song Battalion happened.
No, it was fun. I miss WoW sometimes, but I don't miss enough to ever go back just because, like, I don't know. Especially the Cosby Suite shit really fucked me up on that. Made me think, like, I don't want to give these guys any money anymore.
What?
Bottles.
It is. You passed by like 4 bottles. I didn't want to say anything because I don't want to be I don't want to backseat game, but it has been painful watching you play this, Oswald. I'm sorry.
That's all right. This is way out of my wheelhouse.
What?
This is
That's
I've been playing Fallout 4 all day, so I'm trying to get out of that mindset where I can just
I
start
gotcha.
smacking shit.
No. You gotta be sneaky. A sneaky smack.
You're not Butcher Pete.
You see,
God.
Oswald.
Sorry, go ahead.
Silent. You gotta be silent but deadly.
You must be like the fart, silent but deadly.
I don't get it.
It's okay. You could always be loud and deadly like that motherfucker I went to the bookstore the other night.
Oh.
And
Oh my god.
somebody shit up the bathroom at the bookstore, and it was bad.
Let's go, Brown.
Okay, so have you heard of the series Call of the Night, Oz?
The night?
Call of the Night.
All of the night. No.
It's an anime series done by this same guy who did one of my favorites, Dagashi Kashi, which is about like a candy store. And basically, dude meets a vampire. He gets insomnia, meets a vampire. Vampire's like, "Oh, hey, you have super tasty blood. Why don't we be friends so I can keep getting that blood?" And he's like, "Okay." And she's like, "You can become a vampire too, but you have to fall in love with me. But tough chance, that's not going to fucking happen." So now he's trying to fall in love with this vampire so he can become a vampire. Because if he's in love with her and she feeds on him, he'll turn into a vampire. That's the rules, apparently. But I got kind of into the story. It's cute. I like it. So I went to get volume 2, and I ordered it from Barnes & Noble, where I was just like, okay, well, I'm just going to go in there and pick this thing up and get the hell out, because me going in a bookstore is always super dangerous because I will buy too much shit. So I do that, and I go to a little desk, and I'm like, "Hey, my name's Funk. I got a book. Can I get that?" And like I'm sitting there, and this girl just blows by me, and she is just like out of breath, and she's talking to the lady at the counter out there. And she's like, she's like, "We got an emergency." And I, well, hold on, what's wrong? She's like, "We got a code brown in the bathroom." And I, what? And like they ran out doing things. I kind of wander off, and I'm over looking at like the fantasy stuff, which is near the bathroom. Somebody
No.
shit that thing up so hard, like I could smell it out there, and it was killing me. Like, oh my god! Like, if it had been me that done that, I'd have been honestly kind of proud. Like it was that bad. Like I was gagging and shit. I was over there like, oh no! And then like the girl's coming out, and she's like, oh my! It's like it's splattered on the walls and shit. Like somebody got it everywhere. I can't believe who would do this.
Who says modern art is dead?
Who says who's fuck Jackson Pollock? You know, it's kind of one of those things. Come on out there. Looks like somebody threw a water balloon full of Indian food at the wall, you know, like kind of shit like
Oh.
that. And I'm just sitting there like, this is the worst thing. And like it's I'm trying to get away, but it's like following me as
The
I go through the
smell?
store. The smell is following me. Like, dude, it smelled so fucking bad. I don't know who did that, but like I hope and pray that they went home and prayed for their immortal soul, because something is corrupting them from the inside. They smell like that.
Must have had a dirty water dog or something.
They must have ate a fucking possum they found on the roadside on the way in or something. As shit.
Hey, food's food.
Looked mighty tasty. Just some salt and pepper. That's all you need. Salt and pepper.
This is salt and pepper. Let me get the maggots off of it. And we'll have us a little meal right here.
Have you ever seen the video of the guy eating the maggots out of the dead moose?
Dude, I have a pretty strong stomach, but that shit turned me.
I'm sorry.
No. Like I said, I used to dress a deer and like eat a sandwich at the same time. It didn't bother me, but like that, goddamn.
Aren't the deer dying out? Don't they got that chronic wasting disease or whatever? Or am I speaking out
No.
my ass?
A little. No, chronic wasting disease is one of the reasons like deer populations are to be controlled, because the more like deer are okay. Because humans moved in, we ran off most of the apex predators. Because there are no apex predators taking down the deer don't have many natural enemies around this area. Especially like down here in Mississippi down the south. They don't really have any natural enemies. They don't have wolves, none of that shit. So they just go bonkers, breeding. So basically what's happening is like they are making so many, new deer that they're eating themselves out of home, house and home. And then like the chronic wasting disease spreads because of that. So deer hunting is really encouraged because A, it's population control, B, it gets rid of the chronic wasting disease, and C, deer pretty tasty.
You can confirm.
I can confirm they're pretty tasty.
Every so often, my family and my relatives in Montana will send me like deer meat in different forms, most especially deer pepperoni.
Oh,
That stuff
I think
is
I've ever
delish. Yeah.
I've never had deer pepperoni, but that sounds pretty awesome.
Oh man, it's so good. I ate that shit like a really good hot dog.
Oh,
so good.
fuck!
It's like, yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't say.
Why?
Ugh.
it's all right, Oz. It's gonna be okay, Oz. You'll crack the code, brother.
No, it's not. He's not. He didn't say we're all gonna die.
Pick up the bottles. Go to the roof.
You forgot the can of tuna.
That's fine. We don't need the can of tuna. We're speed running.
What if you're hungry? We're
It's
speed
all right.
running.
I've got a whole flank of deer. Don't worry about it. My cousin sent it to me. No, so all right, so Oz, you're playing what is this game called? I keep
Gloomwood.
forgetting what it's called. Gloomwood. You say it's out of your wheelhouse, yeah?
Yeah.
This is a good segue here. What kind of games do you normally play?
Playing a
My
fuck
spies
ton of Fallout 4.
appears to
Uh,
have nothing.
Would you say that's like a kind of game you play, just like your modern open world RPG, or?
yeah. What about your other recently played? I played Somnium Files, which is a visual novel. Uh,
That was
God.
one of the trippiest games I think I've ever seen
Oh
play.
my
Like when I
God,
was
do
watching you
yourself
play
a
that.
treat and just play that game. Even if you don't like the ends, if you like a good mystery. Like, the second game is just all about, the theme of the second game is just don't believe what you read on the internet.
Yeah, I actually quit watching the streams just because I was like, I kind of want to see where this goes on my own. So I quit messing with it because I was like, I'm gonna read this, or I'm gonna play this at some point. I want to know what happens, but
If you ever get around to it, let me know. I'll sit in on those.
it's the same thing. Like I've been watching, or I was at one point watching a lot of people play like the Mortuary Assistant, but I really want to play that now because it looks good. So
Mhm.
I haven't played a good scary game in a while. Last scary game I played was Darkwood, which is probably one of the more terrifying games I think I've ever played.
Darkwood?
It's it's like a top-down survival game where basically it's based a lot on like Slavic folklore. And what it is, you wake up, you find yourself in this forest that you can't escape, and you're trying to find a way out of it, but you also have to survive like the days. So during the day, you'll go out and find stuff to bring back to your house to like fortify your house because at night shit gets real weird,
Oh, is
real
it
in a
that
hurry.
top-down one?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I've watched a couple of video essays on it. That looks really interesting.
dude, it's really good, and I think Andy would like it because you know talking about sound design earlier. It has amazing sound design because while you're when nighttime comes around and you're having to like hole up in your house and defend yourself for the night, it's really cool the way they do it because like just spooky things will happen. Like you're in your room and like suddenly somebody starts knocking on the door to your bedroom, which to me was the most horrifying thing as an introvert. I don't want nobody knocking on my goddamn door.
Ugh.
So I'm hearing that and I'm like, and there's just howling outside and there's just like all kind of just spooky shit going on. And the whole time, like you're just trying to survive. Like you don't have like really any weapons. I had like I think I had a shit. I think I had a board with a nail in it.
The Countess want with him
That was
anyway.
about as advanced as I got.
It's basically a nuclear
And
bomb.
dude, in a Slav country right there, I could have been king.
Hey, you know
But
what? In The Simpsons, they fought off the aliens with a nail with a board, or a board with a nail sticking out of it.
that is true. It didn't work on the ghost though, because the ghost broke in my room, and I was like, "Fuck you, ghost!" And it was like, your nail bat doesn't work on me because I have a board with 2 nails in it." And I was like, "Shit!"
Are you telling me you didn't bless your board with nail in it? You didn't get
I
it
said a
ordained by a priest?
I said a prayer. It wasn't a prayer. You know what? It wasn't a prayer to the Aslan though. So
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
I'm
my god. That
I'm so
was.
glad you sent me that shit because I was just like, this can't be as funny as Andy's making it out to be. Then I watched it, I was like, oh my god, it is. Like,
I
Are you
was
talking about
dying
the
laughing.
Mandalore story about him seeing the Narnia play?
The Narnia
yep.
play. That's one of the funniest things I've heard recently.
Like
Aslan is terrifying.
when I was listening to that, I was like, okay. So I was like, somebody had told me about it before, and said, Funk, if there was ever a story that could possibly like dethrone the Leprechaun story as like one of the greatest stories ever told, it's this shit.
Oh,
And I was like,
fuck!
I never really checked it out. But then tonight, I was like, I ain't doing anything. I'll check it out. Fuck it. And you know what? Glad I did. I was not. And well, the only complaint I have with it is like, whoever the fuck it is got the weepy ass voice. Like, I don't know. I just did not care to hear them speak.
Was he the like opposite to Mandy? Like
Kinda. He was always like, oh, well, I mean, they're like doing this and they talk like this. And I was just like,
okay,
fuck
okay.
is wrong with you? Like, why are you talking like this?
I don't
Why?
I think that's the No Man's Sky Owl Man. I don't know.
Appears
I don't know. Like I heard him talk, and I was just kind of like, "Why are you talking like you're out of breath and you're anemic? Why
Some
you sound like
people.
somebody made an anemic child go out and do wind sprints? What is this shit?"
Listen, there's two types of nerds on the internet, all right? There are the egregiously obese fellers, and then there are the twigs. That guy's quite clearly a twig.
That's true. I'm
It's
just
pretty.
I'm just the obese one that lifts. So
It's like the iGao sweatshirt I saw on Amazon. Only two sizes were sold out: triple X and medium.
that's you know what? That sounds about right. That's
Jesus
what made me
Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
that's what made me laugh my ass off. Was going like when going to get my brother clothes for my brother's wedding. You know, it's like me, a couple of my buddies, my brothers, and then cousin Boomhauer, who is the schmedium out of all of us. And he's over complaining about like, man, I'm getting kind of fat. I'm like, yeah, man, that medium's really making you pack it on there.
Really hugging your love handles over there, buddy.
Yeah. What have you been doing? Have you been actually eating the food, and not spitting it out? Is that what's happening, huh?
Right.
Sloshing it around in his mouth and spitting it back in his napkin. Tasty. Oh, Christ. I did something I don't normally do yesterday. I went out to a club with my sister and her friends. That was fun.
Did you do the Dougie?
Of course I did the Dougie. I actually don't know how to do the Dougie.
I'll
No one
teach
taught
you
me.
how to Dougie.
No one taught me.
What about the stanky leg? Did you do the stanky leg?
You gotta
Did you do
hit
stanky
the
leg?
gritty, Andy.
There wasn't nearly enough room. We went to this place. All right, so we went to this place called the Parker House, which is here in Seagirt. I guess it's like this like quad story or 3-story mansion with a basement. And it was just like it had like 4 bars on each floor or something. And it was just a bunch of people gathered around like shoulder to shoulder, no room to do anything. Now, I'm getting better with people touching my back, but yesterday was just rough. Especially because everybody was about half my width. So I shoulder checked a
Oh,
nice
fuck
young.
you. Sorry.
Fuck you.
So I was doing shit like I shoulder checked. Like the first thing I did was I shoulder checked a guy's girlfriend, and he was like, "Whoa, easy there, big fella." And I was like, "Sorry, forgive me. I'm wide and inside."
How do you have a gun too?
So we went to the basement where they had this live band, and this is one of the best fucking bands I've ever heard in my life. It's this band called Changing Lanes. If you ever want to look them up, they did nothing but they're a cover band, and they played just like the best songs. Now for a lot of people, they hear that and they're like, oh, they just played like 80s dad rock. No, they played shit from like the late 90s and early O's. Fucking phenomenal show. These guys were crazy, drinking beers on stage, Fantastic stage presence.
Just having a good time.
Having a great time.
Fantastic.
That's
And
something about like a good local band that can just like make you night.
Oh my god, dude, it was phenomenal. I want to believe. I kind of got into it. I kind of became a bit of a party animal. I may have brought about 5 dudes together in holy brotherhood, dancing to fucking Sum 41.
Man,
But throughout the night, yeah.
I was like real quick tangent. So like I know I talk about them all the time. One of my favorite podcasts is Knowledge Fight, the one where they make fun of Alex Jones. Well, one of their hosts lately, he's been kind of like getting back in touch with his roots and listening to like music from the early aughts, and he's been listening to a lot of like pop punk. And the other host is like, pop punk shouldn't exist, and I'm like, dude, pop punk is one of the greatest inventions of mankind, and I will not hear any slander against this shit. And I was like, what's this dude listen to? And then he was talking about his musical taste. I was like, you just listen to the most pretentious rap albums I've ever heard in my life. Like you don't even listen to any of the good shit of that. He's just like, if it doesn't sound like Kendrick, I don't listen to it. I'm like, I was like, yeah, okay, you have no taste. You got that basic bitch white girl taste. Calm down.
Oh yes, pretentious rap albums, of course.
Pretentious ass rap albums. Because I like, look, Kendrick does a lot of good work, but it's like, if you only listen to shit that sounds like one artist, what the fuck are you're learning? What are you enjoying? What are you experiencing?
No, I got you, man.
I don't know.
So throughout the night, I'm yelling. People are yelling my songs for them to play. of course, you got the real comedians yelling "Freebird," whatever.
Of course.
And throughout the night, I'm yelling "Mr. Brightside," and I want to believe that when they played their encore song "Mr. Brightside," it was because of me. I went to
I
bed
believe it
thinking that.
was.
I just hope that they had. I want to believe they had something else planned, like American Idiot or something, and then they went backstage for like the halftime or whatever, so they could like show up for 5 minutes. And they were like, "Dude, this one blonde guy just keeps yelling Mr. Brightside. We're really gonna upset him if we don't play it."
They're just out there. What if he's the Make-A-Wish child tonight? Now we're gonna make him the best wish ever.
He's certainly acting like it out there.
He's acting like it,
He's
like he's
crying,
dying out
he's
there.
drooling from the mouth, he's flailing his arms about.
He's got a Spider-Man T-shirt on. Like I'm pretty sure he's the Make-A-Wish kid.
I did not. I don't. No, I had my Steven Universe T-shirt on. That's much
Oh,
worse.
God, even
That's what it
worse.
was.
Even better. That's they're like that's him. We're
That's
gonna
how
play this for that little man right there.
You gotta play this. This one goes out to our Crystal Gem in the second row.
We are the Crystal Gems. Oh no, dude! Talking about the Freebird covers, I once got to see MC Chris do entire performance of Freebird at a concert. And it was amazing.
Does he plays guitar, right? He doesn't just sing. He plays like a
No,
yeah.
he's a rapper. He makes beats, but when he plays, he has his beats like saved on his laptop and just plays them.
Okay.
But he does all the rapping for his songs, and he does sing. I don't know if he actually plays an instrument. I've never asked him, but no, like I wanted to see him. He was like, "This is gonna be a last tour," and honestly, I hope it wasn't because like my experience of this last tour wasn't that great. It wasn't his fault, but that was the show where I knocked the dude out for grabbing my dick. So it just wasn't quite the experience I'd hoped for. And like New Orleans in general is an all right concert town, but if you get a bad venue, like there ain't no fixing it. And the Howling Wolf is a shit venue. I will say that right now. Y'all can come at me. I know you fuckers are listening to me.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
All right, I forgot about my alcohol choice. So my sister went to the bar and I asked her to get me a Guinness because that's the only alcohol I'll drink. Most of this is the only alcohol I know. And I can only imagine what this guy behind the bar was thinking when this young girl asked for a Guinness. What, did you bring your dad? What the fuck? They gave me a Corona instead. I had to push a lemon into the bottle. It was alright. I don't booze up very often. I don't know my
Just have to
alcohol.
push a lemon in the goddamn thing. It would just wouldn't go in. Go.
Isn't it supposed to be a lime? Or is it supposed to be a lemon? I don't remember.
It's supposed to be a lime.
Yeah, I got a lemon.
Ah, that's why then. Yeah, that's why it didn't fit. Either or. I mean, it works. Ish.
It's citrus. It prevents scurvy.
There you go. That's the important part.
I noticed that a lot of normies can't dance unless they have a drink in one hand.
So people just that's like their excuse. Like I can't drink. I'm like, motherfucker, I'll dance anywhere.
Dance right now.
I will dance right the fuck now. Don't you tempt me.
Oh fuck.
Like, yeah, I got my brother's wedding coming up. I might dance at that. Well, what's really fun right now is it's not fun because it's kind of sad. But what it is, the bride to be, her family's kind of, I don't want to say shit. I'm gonna say shit just because that's the best way I can describe it. But basically, like her whole bachelorette party bailed on her. So she has like nobody have a bachelorette party. So to compensate for that, my mom's taking her out. Because, my dad's going to be out with me and my brother and our friends. So we're going to go out and get into trouble. So she's going to go out with my mom and, like, they're going to have a girls' day and they're going to go, like, because she's like me and she loves, shit. Thrift stores and shit like that. So she's going to go check that out, see what she can get into. But they're going to do that. But she just found out that now her I don't know what the story is. I can't remember exactly, but like her stepdad was apparently going to be dancing with her for the father-daughter dance, but now he's not even going to come to the fucking wedding.
Are you shitting me?
So I'm not. I wish I was, but apparently he's not going to come to the wedding. So my dad, my dad, God love him, just said, "You know what? I'll do it." He's like, "I'll do it if you have me." And of course, she's not going to turn him down. So he's going to do the dance. But my dad's like, he looked after he said he would do it. He looked at me. He said, "Oh, I don't know how to dance." I was like, "Well, I'll try to teach you, Dad." He's like, I'll just be out there swaying. I was like, "Well, if you're just out there swaying, you know what? That works." I was like, "Well, we'll figure something out." So basically, like, I'll be trying to help my dad learn how to dance so that he can get out there and cut a rug when the time comes. But like all the shit her family keeps pulling just pisses me the fuck off because I'm like, dude, come on, this is like a very special day for her. What the fuck? And y'all can't make a couple fucking minutes for the girl.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess because I've been very blessed that I have a pretty great family. We butt heads just because we love each other. So like when I hear people like shit families like this, I'm like I just don't see how that happens. And it pisses me off.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to this because this is like the worst Andy I've ever drawn ever. Yeah, no, I'm kind of glad it's almost time for the fucking wedding and get that out of the way, and then like things are moving all right with the house, so hopefully here soon I'll be moving out of here into my house and not living in a storage unit. But who knows? I may still be living in a storage unit anyway.
Isn't that a thing in China?
Apparently so. Hell's a thing around here.
Shit.
Um,
Are they nice storage units?
some of them are. Like I'd at least splurge to get the climate controlled.
Yeah,
It's too
that's
fucking hot not to.
Yeah.
Just now. Come on out.
Like whenever I was working back home, uh, the company I work for, they do storage units, and like every week we'd have to go out there and make sure there wasn't anybody living in them because these weren't nice enough to live in. They were just basically a little room outside. So we're like, well, we can't have anybody living in these here because that'd be dangerous, and we don't want to have to come here and clean up a body. So we can go out there and give the old looky-loo to that.
What happened in my town not too long ago? They found 2 dead bodies in a storage unit.
Damn.
That's. Whew.
Yeah, they had like a whole outfit to live there. I forget what it was. I don't know if it was a murder or anything, but yeah, they found 2 dead bodies, and they had been there a while because they'd started to stink.
Jesus.
That's
Christ.
foobarred.
That's some shit, man.
That a little grim, but it reminds me of the show. You ever hear of The Colony?
I've heard of it. Never
The
watched
Colony.
it.
The Colony was a show that simulated, like, it put people in this simulation of like the post-apocalypse. And one of the things they had in like this closed-off area was an ambulance with like 3 or 4 pig carcasses in it. And the absolute madmen found a way to extract the fatty oils from the pigs to use to fuel generators.
Some
These are like
Jesus level
vile,
shit.
disgusting, rotting pigs, but these engineers found a way.
I mean, life finds a way. I mean, it's just like last night. You know, I posted a Discord talking about the meat honey.
That
Right, the
unsettles
meat.
me.
I need to know more about this meat honey.
I'm
So
curious, but also sickened.
that's the best way to be. So basically, there are these bees that they did not discover. These bees actually did this until I think 1982. But what they do is they will actually go out. They seek dead carcasses, and they will get in the carcass, go in through the eyeball, work their way in, get in through the soft tissue, and then from there they do what bees do. They take they take the tissue, they basically chew it, put it in their little pouch, and then they take it back to the hive where a worker processes it and makes it into meat honey. So they're taking flesh and turning it into glucose, which is nothing short of like fucking amazing to me. Like I'm sorry,
It
that's
is.
just
No,
It's
that's
fascinating.
phenomenal.
like
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, curious as I am, I can't help but feel a bit sickened by it.
oh yeah, no, like you look at it, and what makes me think about it, I can't remember if it was who was Saga or was it one of the Shacks that says like it looks like a Zerg outbreak, and they're not wrong. It looks like a Zerg outbreak,
It
but I
does look
always think
like
it looks like it does like it honestly though. What reminds me more of is like the egg rooms from the Xenomorphs, which I know kind of
yeah.
the same thing, but like how fucked up those egg rooms look. That's what it made me think of. So,
Or
but it's a really interesting thing, and just thinking about like how they are able to take this and they will turn it into like a pollen, and then they put it in the little, they give it to the worker, and then they just turn it into honey. And it's edible. Apparently, like it's edible to the point we can digest it. Like we could break it down. I don't think it'd be recommended. I'm not sure because I don't think there's much nutritional value out of it. Um, then again, I don't think there's not much to honey either. But the main thing being like everything I've read about it says that it basically has like the consistency of congealed barbecue,
hmm.
where it, where it tastes smoky and kind of sweet and kind of salty, and just has this weird texture to it, like a whole 9 yards.
Would you eat it?
I probably wouldn't know.
Oh, okay.
I'd look at it.
As long as it's safe, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm on that mindset too. Like if you got me like a flavored beverage with it, like a Rockstar or a Coke along with it, I take a bite out of the meat honey. I'll take my meat honey medium rare.
I don't know. It's like I don't know. The more I think about this, like the more it really seems cool, and the more I just want to know about it.
I can't. I can't. I don't know if you guys are watching Oswald right now, but Oswald has been facing many trials and tribulations in the world of Gloomwood, and his most recent foe, the Titan of this level, is a rope.
This just harkens back to when I first played Wind Waker as a child, and
All
did
right.
not
Okay.
get past the fucking jumping puzzle on
All
the
right.
pirate ship.
All right. Okay. Okay. When you're up here, turn around at 180 degrees and jump.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I feel
Anyway.
like this is a much better Andy.
Yes! Look at the size of my hips. Oh.
Alright, I'm fucking strapped now.
Good on you. I'm afraid to show people, like at work and shit, like the drawings that you do, because I make mention. They're like, yeah, I'm on my friend's cast, and he's a porno artist, and they're like, oh, that's really cool, porno artist, hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about porno artists. Like, that's why I just always go with adult artists. Porno artists makes it sound like I'm sitting in the basement going like, "Yeah, get on the couch if you want to be famous."
It's
Yeah,
all
it's
about
like that. It's like that fucked up scene for Family Guy where like with Walt Disney and Minnie Mouse, and he's just like, she's like, do I have to? And he's like, you want to be famous, don't you? Get it off, you know.
You got hair in
I've
all the wrong places.
hair in all the wrong places. I'm sitting over here with like a table. I have just like a I've got like a statue of a waifu just looking back at me. Do I have to? You want to be famous? You don't want to get hot glued, do you?
You got. Oh man. No,
Wary of something. Something's down.
it's my
I think
mother-in-law.
something. Oh, I've got Oswald's stream going, my stream going. I'm kind of going back and forth between them. I come back in there, it's like, oh, there's been an error. I'm gonna have to get that game. Like fuck, when I get paid,
Yeah, I'm looking at
I'm gonna
it.
get it.
What game was that?
This one.
I was like,
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
one,
yeah.
the one you're playing. Like I'm gonna have to get it. I may do something I don't normally do and buy 2 games at one time. Get that and like mortuary assistant. That makes some pretty good streams right there. I haven't really done much like spooky games since I've been doing this here.
Damn,
But
your mom let you buy 2 games at once?
dude, I pay my own fucking taxes.
Oh shit.
Plus, like, I got a little bit of extra money because listen to this. So, I got a raise recently, pretty good raise. I got a $2 an hour raise, which was pretty nice. I've been kind of hoping to get something like that soon. Otherwise, I was about to leave this fucking company. But I got my last check and I looked and I was like, doesn't seem like my raise has gone into effect. And it was supposed to have gone into effect. And so I called my boss. I was like, hey, just got my check. It's like you guys paid me at the old rate. It said there at the top, like, here's your old rate. And he said, hold on. And he called me. He's like, son of a bitch. That's what they did. I was like, well, what can we do? He's like, well, hold on. Let me call some people. And he called, and like, I hate to say it this way because it makes me sound misogynistic, but at the same time, when I say it, the only reason the girl that does our payroll is even working there is because the boss liked the way she looked in the skirt. Not my boss, but like the head man, the guy that owns the company.
Yeah.
But she's not very good at her job. But she got out of there and like basically fucked everything up. He's like, would you be all right if I just took that time and put it on your next check? I was like, I guess not. That's fine.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing. He's like, well, we'll do that. Put it on your next check. So I got a little extra, but at the same time, I got to go pay that my deposit for my house. So
House deposit.
house deposit. Yeah, they I'm working on getting the manufactured home.
Yeah.
And I've got everything basically set up at this point. I gotta find a place to put it. Once they find a place to put it, I'm set. But right now, what I gotta do is I gotta go pay $1,200 as a deposit, and then it's basically a done deal at that point. All I gotta do is find the land. Once the land's found, we got somewhere to put it. House is good to go. They hook up everything. All I gotta do is move in. I don't pay a note for 2 months, and I get that $1,200 back when they close the deal.
Dope.
So it's working out pretty all right.
Ooh, that's not a dog.
That dog at all?
That's a terrifying statement.
Oh, okay. I just saw. Oh, that's a dirty man horse. Oh, I don't like that.
Get out of there. Escape.
No, we must go further.
You brave, beautiful bastard.
It's a dirty man horse.
Dirty man horse. People ask me where I get that from all the time, and it's always like I gotta tell them I got it from Robin Big, which I used to really like that show.
Where'd that dog go? Why are you putting dogs in here?
We have lost sight of the dog, sir. God help us all.
I have to fuel this. Is this like amnesia? Oh, perfect. It was like something I didn't like about amnesia.
The second one did a better job of that, where you didn't have to fuel it, which was good because there's nothing worse than being there scared off your balls and just like trying to find lamp oil and you can't.
Yeah, it's with the rope. The bombs.
The bombs!
If you want it, it's yours, my friend.
Lamb? What? ropes, bombs. I
Bombs.
I have a King Harkanian cosplay I pull out every once in a while for conventions. Puppy, bad
Oh, yeah.
puppy, bad puppy, bad puppy. For fucking 2 hours.
At least they go down easy.
Oh, it's empty.
Oh right. Funk. I got a game that I think might be fun for us to play on here.
What you got? Also, I may disappear. Hold on.
Oh no.
Well, I'll wait for him then.
Again, my music is up and stopped for some reason. I don't know why.
Take your time.
Ah,
Okay, it's
puppy.
back. That's normally like a sign my shit's about to kick me off when my music just up and stops. I'm sorry. What game you got, Andy?
So, Yogscast released a roguelike cooking simulator game, multiplayer cooking simulator game called
Stop.
Plate Up. My
Bad puppy.
brother and I have been playing that quite a bit recently, and it's just a lot of fun.
That is a. Sorry, go ahead.
It's cheap, it's fun, it's easy to get into, and easy, you know. It'd be easy to work into the schedule.
I was this is like a genre game I didn't think I'd ever expect to hear. It's like a roguelike cooking simulator. And I'm just like, well, roll tide to that, mister.
Yeah, the whole thing is that like you get cards. No, you make money during the day, and then you get cards that you can buy, and those are blocks you can place that like are cooking stuff, like a counter to put something down on, or a stove to cook on, or other things that provide cool bonuses, like the item that lets you hold two things at once being a fucking game changer. It's the little things.
Oh, dude,
It's
little things like that can save everything. Like that's just me. That's how I feel about it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're 100% correct, because the cheapest item in the game is a counter, which is just basically in this square, in this like tile, you can put food down, and it's like, oh my god, thank you, I needed this. I didn't have enough space to work with here. But yeah, it's really fun, and yeah, we should play it this week.
I'll look into it because like once I get paid, I'm thinking very much about getting Gloomwood here and going with that because like
Okay.
we play a lot of multiplayer games and I like that, but I don't really have anything. You know, I haven't really played anything like spooky or anything in a long while. I would kind of like to.
Okay. Yeah, it's four person multiplayer, so that's the appeal. You can
Okay.
get a decent amount of people in the house going. Oh wait, maybe if you threw a head, that might get its attention.
Nope.
Wait,
That
wait.
got its attention.
You fool.
I mean, if somebody
Good
threw
puppy.
a severed head at me, I'd
Good
freak
puppy.
out.
Good puppy. I'm out of apples. Please. Oh no.
I'm out of apples. Oh no. Johnny Appleseed. Ripping you out of the ground like a weed.
God
Get
damn.
Get the rifle. Get the rifle.
The
You're gonna
rifle's
go
broken. It's broken.
Get some
That shit's
duct
gonna
tape.
Elmer Fudd him.
I'm
He's gonna
Elder.
he's gonna pull the trigger and that thing's just gonna blow him away.
Yeah. Hey, bro, you got those alcoholic cookies? I'm ready to get Elmer fucked up.
All right, round 2 with the dogs.
What else? What have we got here?
Yeah, I've had my eye on the Mortuary Assistant for a while because I like creepy games like that, and like the fact that you had to do like all the little shit you're supposed to do, and the whole time like the demons and shit are running around. I don't know why I really like that idea.
That's pretty great.
I was watching some different VTubers play it, and like my favorite was probably watching Kason play it because so many times she would just like seem to forget that that she's doing this shit and start talking about something, only to look up and immediately screech her lungs out because it's like, oh, I didn't know that was there. I'm just sitting there going, that's why you gotta keep your head on a swivel. I keep wanting to call her Coco. I'm like, I know you're Coco. I know you have a new persona now, but like,
It's hard to let go, man. Like, it's hard to let go, dude. You know? Oh, hey, golden egg.
there were people like freaking out about that. Be like, is this even legal? Can they do this? And I'm like, I guess. I don't know what VTuber law is.
It depends if you're working for an agency or a contractor.
Yeah.
Is it true that if a VTuber eats one of the VTuber's brains, they gain their memories?
No, you gotta eat their heart.
Wait, memories aren't stored in the heart.
Memories are stored in the heart and pee is stored in the balls. I mean, I thought we taught you this.
Yeah, that's what the Egyptians talked about.
Right, right.
The brain's just
I
useless.
I taught you better than this.
Where are your regrets stored?
In the lungs.
I was going to say in a tiny jar.
In, a tiny,
I keep mine in a tiny jar.
in the funny bone. God is ironic.
Have you ever hit your funny bone and not regretted it? Now you know why.
That's all your regret coming out.
It's all the regretting coming out, boy.
I regret being a dirty alien bastard.
Regret. Yeah, that makes me so sad that, like, Halo is dying. Because I was reading about all the stuff about Halo Infinite and, like, how it's kind of just gone to shit on a whole new level. And I'm like, oh, no. It's like, people won't know the joy of, fucking Sergeant Anderson or Sergeant Johnson, like, screaming at him the whole time. Calling you Buckethead. But it's okay, because you know he loves you.
I have not been keeping up with my Halo, unfortunately. I know
Halos.
that. Yeah, my Halos, like Halo. Like I didn't even finish Infinite. That was because I moved. Halo 5, I heard, had very good multiplayer, and me and Muta enjoyed playing Halo Infinite. But you go ahead, Funk.
No, like, mainly all it is just, like, they're taking out a lot of stuff like they promised for Halo Infinite, like co-op, like split screen co-op. Like, I don't even think the Forge is in there yet. Or if it is, it's like a very neutered version of it. So basically it's just like they're not really putting in stuff people want to see about it. And like, as somebody who played the shit out of like Halo 3, the Forge is like one of the greatest things they ever invented for that game.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. The Forge that was a game changer. That was what set Halo set apart.
It's like you
Because-
can make your own custom levels. Fuck yes.
Because listen, Call of Duty 4 was pushing the medium. Call of Duty 4 was the more revolutionary title, but Halo 3 had the Forge. You can't beat the fucking Forge, dude.
No.
Gotta love the Mets.
Gotta love the Mets.
It's all about the Mets, Spider-Man.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man.
It's about the Mets. Come on, Mets. Love the Mets. Come on, baby, get a home run, Mets.
Let's go Mets. I don't even know what is Kingpin's deal. Is he just a big guy? That's his whole shtick? He's a big muscular fella.
Pretty much. He's just a very large man. He's also very, very cunning. Like, everybody's thinking he's like just this big brute, but no, that dude is he's like super smart. He's kind of playing like 5D chess with the other villains in Spider-Man.
Interdimensional 5D chess.
Exactly. Like, okay, so Menthol's been playing Spider-Man Remastered, and I would say this: that is a fucking amazing Spider-Man story. Even if it wasn't a video game, if you just made that shit to a movie, it would be amazing. But in there, he's basically represented as he's like kind of almost a necessary evil, where he is like, yeah, he's like the kingpin of all crime, but he wouldn't do anything to hurt the city because he loves New York, but he, it's not going to stop him from committing crimes and shit. And once he's taken down, like in the first act, that's when all hell breaks loose and like the new guys start to move in and shit.
Creates
But
power vacuum.
that's it, power vacuum, and like now all of a sudden, there's a bunch of new shit coming in, making way for like the Sinister Six and all that. But
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Rod. Are we progging tonight? That's a good question.
Are we progging?
What is
I saw Tot.
progging?
I saw Tachi was progging. Progressing. Final Fantasy 14 rating,
Oh, okay.
which I would
I
like to
mean,
get into this time around, but I haven't even beat Endwalker yet. Oh, where'd you go? Come back.
Oh fuck, right. I saw Taffy. I want to thank you for the
No.
being notified. Taffy's like, no, whatever it is, don't thank me. It's not my fault.
I didn't do it.
Fine,
Taffy
it was my fault and I'll do it again.
smiling. No, you introduced me to that but it came out in 2007 meme and I shit out
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah,
little. Yeah, I shit out that little Warhammer video. I loved making that. Was so fun. That was really fun. I wanted they
That's
made one for Final Fantasy 14. That's why I bring it up. Let me see if I can find it for you, Funk.
I've seen a couple. I haven't seen the Final Fantasy 14 one, but I've seen a couple of them and I love them. But like yours has become the one I go to where I'm like, guys, have you guys seen the if X happened in 2014 meme? And they're like, no. Like, hold on, a friend of mine made one. Let me show you this shit.
See, mine I just like the thing is that like I think it goes best with the reason it works is the same reason that fuck, what is that My Hero song that was big for a while?
You say run.
You Say Run worked as a meme because it sort of was built to fit with a lot of stuff. Just because
It's
things are tropified, you know?
it's got the same energy as like Guile's song goes with everything.
Yeah. But even beyond that, it's sort of like it follows. It's meant to follow the bog standard formula of like your climax fight scene. So that's why it works
Yeah.
out so well. And this what I've done bit from Transformers just sort of really fits well with the ending monologue stinger, dialogue that is prevalent in a lot of media, and it's just really fitting. Let me see if I can. There's a couple
Good.
of them now. Christ.
The first one I saw was actually The Godfather, and I was like, this seems blasphemous because so many people like suck the Godfather's dick. I mean, it's a good movie, but I'm not gonna get out here and be like, oh man, like I want a Godfather. I'm not one of those. It's like I get these people all the time. They're like, my favorite movies are The Godfather and Scarface. And I'm like, really? We're gonna go there?
I like Fight Club the most, and you know,
Have you
Uh,
finished Endwalker, Funk?
I have not. No.
Okay, never mind. Not this one then.
So
Have you finished Shadowbringers?
I have been to Shadowbringers, which is
All
probably
right.
like right up there with Wrath of the Lich King for like my favorite expansion for anything.
Well, there's one for that, I guess.
Shadowbringers has like the rawest final fight like I could ever think of. Like,
Wait a second. Quick question. I'm just scrolling through this thing here, and just from what I can tell, look at stream visuals for a quick second. Is this
eh,
Phil looking down the alley? I think he's looking down.
say- oh no, that's not Blowjob Alley. Don't
Oh,
worry.
okay. Forgive me for assuming this alleyway's identity.
Forgive me for assuming the inferiority of this alley. No, Blowjob Alley is actually very small. And what it is, there's a very tiny alley that goes from the Adventurers Guild to the market boards. That's where Blowjob Alley is.
Okay.
Ironically, it's called Pearl Lane.
Jesus, you've mentioned this
God,
before, and I love it. I
I
love it.
I fucking forgot that that's what it's called in game.
It's Pearl Lane, yeah, or Pearl Necklace Lane. I get
You know
fancy,
what?
but
Just
Ooh,
just
woo.
just to be classier than just calling it Blowjob Alley, I'm gonna call it Pearl Necklace Lane from now on.
I, I'm still gonna call it blowjob. Oh no, I think you hit gold with that one.
You can keep calling it Blowjob. I'm not gonna stop you. I'll probably will too because I'll probably forget about calling it this here after a little bit. But
Pearl necklace lane.
I
That's
just remember
great.
like the first night I walked through there, I was like, well, that cat man's getting his dick sucked by that rabbit woman. Then I went through, I was like, well, that rabbit woman's getting her dick sucked by that cat woman. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay,
Hold
never
on.
mind. Well,
well,
have fun.
well, I just learned something new about myself today.
I learned something. I'm just sitting over there like, somehow this appeals to my bisexual ass. I don't know why.
All's right in the world here in Blowjob Alley.
All's right in the world in Blowjob Alley. Love has blossomed in Blowjob Alley.
There's no war here in Blowjob Alley.
There is only love in Blowjob Alley.
And affordable jewelry.
And affordable jewelry at discount rates.
What is this? What is this yellow you're using on Menthol's head? What is this? What is this like? What is that? What is that? Puce?
It's the color I didn't use for his trim out.
For some
Or
reason, I think.
are you
It
talking
looks.
about like what I'm using for like the stripes on his head?
Yeah, like the stripes on his head. I think aren't they supposed to be silver?
I don't know, like every menthol I've ever done, they've always been kind of a white, but I don't ever do them pure white. I always do them kind of an off white because menthol's kind of a hussy.
Right. That character's not called Menthol. My bad. 1 second here.
I actually
I,
talked to
I,
him one day about like, was there some stuff I could do like to see about designing him more of a personalized character? But he's so attached to menthol, like I can't really force him to do it or anything. So I just always try to set him apart from Vile and try not to make him look too similar.
I, I tried to look up Vile, but instead I I
You were
typed
searching menthol,
menthol. I
weren't you?
searched menthol, and all I get is this pile of dirt, or what looks like dirt. And I'm like, oh, right, that
That
character's not called menthol.
he's not called menthol at all. No, Phil, but I've done the same thing before. Where I was just like, why the fuck can't I find anything for menthol? I need a reference, and it's like, oh,
All right, I gotta dip out. Gotta do some pogging tonight. Or at least try
Oh,
to.
are y'all
good luck,
gonna fight
boss.
the toxic carbuncle?
What is the first tier? First tier isn't Carby, is it?
I don't know. I think he's 5.
I forget who the first one is. But yeah, Gloomwood's really fucking good. I recommend it.
I'm gonna look into it.
You need Oswald. I need to put you in a training camp or something because that was rough watching you. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm really
oh,
sorry.
oh, you just wait. You hop on when I have Morgan on when she's watching me play.
All right,
She is just
it
gonna
is.
sit and yell at me. It'll be so much fun.
All
Anyways,
right.
I'll post the stream. I gotta sit in Party Finder for the next hour, so I'll post the stream schedule for the week.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
you're
have a good rest of your day.